like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion, like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes, 'cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me.
That was Fight Song by Rachel Platten. Take Back My Life Song. How are you all? I can't believe it's been 10 weeks since we started all this. And I know these assemblies have meant a lot to you and your families, and so I thought, let's just do one more. Now I know what some of you are thinking.
You're joking. Not another one?
Well, I thought I would do just one last assembly because it's going to be difficult for me now, because my first priority has got to be looking after the staff in the school and the children in the school. But I haven't forgotten you all, and I know that some of you, as you learn at home, need that encouragement. So last week was half term. We had a much needed break in our household. I wonder what things you got up to too. Let's have a look back at some of the work and photographs that you've sent in over the last 2 weeks.
I was left to my own devices. Many days fell away with nothing to show, and the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds roll over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? We were caught up and lost in all of our vices. In your poses, the dust settled around us, and the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds roll over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? Oh, where do we begin? The rubble or our sins? Oh, where do we begin? The rubble or our sins? And the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds roll over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here
It is always lovely to receive photographs, video clips of all the things that you've been getting up to at home. If you want to continue doing that, we're happy to see them, we're happy to try and share them. Just send them to the email address share@harlandsprimary.org and we'll do the very best that we can. Over the last 2 weeks, some of you have been incredibly busy improving your numbots, your times tables. Let's take a look at all the children who received certificates over the last 14 days, and a special one done. Well done to all of you.
To memorize your life, I feel like I've been hypnotized. And then that magic man, he come to town. Woo-wee, he done spun my head around. He said recess is in session, 2 and 2 make 5. And now, baby, oh, I'm alive. Oh yeah, I'm alive. And if you wanna be a teacher's man, well, baby, you just have to get it. Rock out the reason, rock out the rhyme. You better get me to school on time. Ah, yeah!
Today's story is about a rabbit called Logan, a rabbit that decided to be incredibly brave.
You can be amazing, you can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast to be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. Or you can start speaking up.
A Little Bit Brave
Gonna hurt you
by Nicola
the way
Kinnear.
words do when they settle neath your skin. Kept on the inside and no sunlight, sometimes a shadow.
Logan was a stay-at-home bunny. His friend Luna was the daring one. She had new adventures every day. They sounded quite exciting, but rather frightening too. So whenever Luna said, "Come out with me, it's fun," Logan said, "Oh no, I'll never go outside. It's far too scary." At last Luna had enough. "You have to come out with me." "No," said Logan. "You're no fun," said Luna. "I'm too scared," said Logan. "Sometimes, Logan, you just have to be a little bit brave," shouted Luna, and she stomped out. Logan tried to have a normal morning. He watered his indoor plants. He dusted his shell collection. He baked some biscuits, but nothing felt right. He was very upset. Luna had never been angry with him before. "I have to make it up with her right away," he thought. There was just one problem. Luna was outside. It would be an adventure, and Logan had never had one of those. He had no idea what to pack, so he took a snorkel, a torch, and a tin of biscuits. Then he put on his favourite scarf, plucked up all his courage, and tiptoed out. It was a strange and noisy in the woods. There was flapping and scurrying, tweeting and rustling. I knew it would be scary, thought Logan. He took a deep breath and called, "Luna!" There was no reply, but lots of other animals scampered up. "Luna!" they said. "She's the bravest bunny in the world. She dives into the river to collect shells," said an otter. "She rides round the forest on my back," said a deer. "She explores the deep dark caves and goes looking for bears," said Fox. "That sounds so scary," said Logan. "But if you do those things too," said a mouse, "perhaps you'll find her." So that is exactly what Logan did. First he dived into the river, splash! It was chilly. It was lucky he'd packed his snorkel. There was a whole new world underwater. Logan saw fish and frogs and snails, but he didn't see Luna. Then he rode off with the deer. Whoosh! My, it was fast. It was lucky he'd brought his scarf to help him hold on. There was a whole new world in the woods. He saw sparrows and squirrels and butterflies, but he didn't see Luna. Then he tiptoed into a cave. Eek. It was lucky he'd packed his torch. There was a whole new world in the dark. He saw bats and spiders and sleeping bears, but he didn't see Luna. Logan was amazed at all the things he'd done. If only I could find Luna, he said. She'd be really proud of me. He was so chuffed, he decided to have a biscuit. But before he could open the tin, he heard a shout, "Stay back, you wicked wolf!" The voice sounded very familiar. In fact, it sounded just like Luna. Oh no, a huge hungry wolf was trying to eat her. Logan hid behind a tree. Suddenly he didn't feel brave at all. "I want to go home," he whimpered. But he couldn't let Luna be eaten, so he picked up his biscuits, plucked up his courage and ran. "No!" he cried. "Don't eat Luna! Eat my biscuits!" The wolf was very surprised. "Biscuits," he said. "I don't mind if I do." And he gobbled up the whole lot. The wolf was very friendly after that. "That was amazing," cried Luna. "When did you become so brave?" "I think it started this morning," said Logan, "when I was baking biscuits." Luna laughed. "Shall we go home and bake some more?" "I'd like that," said Logan. "But first, we need another adventure." This story showed us that being brave, although a big step, can have huge rewards. Which kind of got me thinking, really. Have you ever needed to be really brave? Have you ever helped someone who needed to be brave? Well, we're all going to need to be a little bit brave as we take our first steps back outside, as we start returning to that way of life. And for those of you that will be returning to school this week and in the near future, you'll notice lots of changes around the school. And so I thought it was worth just sharing some of those with you now. One of the first changes that you will notice is there are signs. These signs are put down the corridor all throughout the school, and they help to remind us that actually to stay safe we should keep a little bit further apart from other people. So you'll notice these signs through the whole of the school. Another thing you'll notice is that classes have been split into two, and these classes will have a maximum of 15 children in, and you will stay with those children the whole time that you're at school. You won't be able to mix with the other 15, and that's to help keep us all safe. You may be taught by a different teacher in a different classroom, but that's okay. Remember, we're all going to need to be a little bit brave. You'll also need to be especially brave at the school gate when you're saying goodbye to your parents. We won't be able to help you into school in the way that we do with some of you. You'll need to be really brave and say goodbye and take those steps into school yourself. And that's to help protect our staff and your parents as well as you. You'll remember before we broke up there was lots of hand washing. We'll expect you to wash your hands when you come into school, when you leave school, when you go out to break, when you come in from break, before you eat your lunch. We'll be expecting you to wash your hands. You'll remember probably the assembly I did where I showed you how to wash your hands properly and sensibly for a total of 20 seconds. Another thing you might have noticed is that we've had to move some of the desks further apart, so your classrooms may look a bit differently, but that's okay. Now I can't do my usual shout outs in the usual way because this assembly isn't as live as all the others. But I do need to wish the following people a very happy birthday. So Beeb, Felicity, Maisie, Amelia, Charlotte, Ella and Isla, I hope you all had a fantastic birthday and that you were able to enjoy some time together and have lots of cake. But it's also a very special birthday to Mason and Mary Jane, as it's your birthday today. I don't know what you're doing today, but whatever you're doing, I hope that you stay safe and have a fantastic day. Happy birthday to all of you from all of us. That just leaves me all to thank you very much for watching today's assembly. Stay well, stay safe, and look after each other.
No, I've still got a lot of fire left in me.